Alright, we are live. What's going on, everybody? It is the TDG 2000 here, and we are back with another season of Intel Season 3. It took me a little longer this time because honestly, I've been lazy and I didn't want to go for it. But it's okay. I have everything. And that's actually pretty cool to look at. 74, 115, 74, 51. We really killing it. Oh fuck, you know what we have? The declassified logs. I don't know which one that we left off on last time. That is complete my bad. Let me go to the front. Gotta look at my own video. (1984-06-20). 1984-06-20. Okay, so next up we got 1984-06-25. Just want to be clear on what's expected from you. Every department at Requiem has a stake in this. Energy, research, unnatural sciences, security, and containment. They all have special equipment in the field that we need you to test. Ross Gray and Carver will give you the details at the appropriate time, and I expect you to follow their instructions to the letter. Remember, these experiments and operations are important. They're how we'll eventually win. 1984-07-08. I don't know how much they really tell you about the Dark Ether, but I've seen it. I felt it. No matter how big this Cold War is between East and West, Requiem and Omega, there's an even bigger one threatening to boil over. We're interested in them, eager to know how we can exploit their world for our advantage. But believe me, they're just as interested in us. The door swings both ways. And then we got 1984-07-22. Another meeting with Kravanchenko today. More insight into his new proposal. His new plan may threaten that which we have worked so hard to achieve. I must remain resolute. All is not lost. So many years. He has waited long for this day, but he can keep waiting just a little bit longer. I must only find the opportunity to prevent this discovery. Perhaps the captain could be useful after all. To derail their plan after all these years, after all my loyalty, after all I've sacrificed, he owes me that much. 1984-09-03. It's been nearly 2 months since my arrival. Work proceeds as planned. Our operation continues to run smoothly, but too many sleepless nights. Maybe it's too much time down here in the deep darkness. I could go to the surface, but there are things up there science can't explain. We keep trying to bend this reality to work for us. Am I crazy, or are we vastly underestimating the powers in play? I found one of those computers from the Dark Ether. I've spoken to someone on the other side. I haven't told the others. Need to be careful. Keep my cards close to my chest. After all, knowledge is power. So that is all of our declassified logs. Next up, we got 13 Requiem Intel this time around. All of these are from Outbreak, and yeah, let's get right into Season 3. I've heard a lot of really cool things about this intel, so I'm excited. A little bit of reading, but not too much today. A lot of just kind of listening and looking. So let's go ahead and get into our audio logs. First up, the beacon. Gray muses on the origin of the beacon and other strange devices found in the outbreak zones.
So, I've been thinking a bit about the beacon. You know, the thing we've been casually using to move between different areas of the outbreak zone. Well, we don't know what it is, or who built it. Same goes for the funny little vending machines. We think they're safe. Certainly no one's lost anything while using them, but They are something of a peculiarity. They appear to have been cobbled together from machine parts pulled from different time periods in our world. A bit of this from the 50s, a dash of that from the 60s, a sprinkle of something from the 80s. You get the idea. It just doesn't really make sense them being here. Now, I've got a theory, and it is only a theory, that someone or something in the dark ether has sent them here to help us. I'm not sure. It's definitely something to look into.
I wonder who would be sending stuff to us. I wonder who that could possibly be. But that is a good theory. Embarrassment of riches. Strauss relishes the increased Ethereum collections from the Ural Mountains and mentions some new opportunities created by this windfall. Ooh. I wonder what this new one weapon's gonna be. Doubts. Weaver and Carver discussed their decision to cut off Max's communications with the strike team and their assessment of the risks she might pose. Okay. Now we got some documents. Extraction rocket blueprint. Design specs for the rocket used to transport Ethereum payloads out of the Ural Mountain outbreak zone, with additional notes from Strauss. It'd be great if it could load in. My game doesn't want to load in at all. Where's my character game, huh? Yeah, relax. Nothing? Okay. CIA MGM 134Z. Extraction rocket. Destination ECM EXT-1. Office of Requiem DS&T. Note 1. Irrespective of the actions of my countrymen, I did sincerely hope my work would lead to a different world, a better world. So why does it always come down to rockets and bombs? Note 2. Adapted from XMGM 134A, Midget Man prototype, dreadful name, fastest, safest way to extract Ethereum samples, overland transport from the USSR. Out of the question. Approved Oscar Strauss. Date 4/17/84. Dark Ether Object Report. Official Requiem Report defining and classifying dark ether objects. Dark Ether Object Summary Report. 24 September 1984. One definition. Dark ether object DAO is any object transmuted out of pure existence. These objects may be any state of the matter, but are created from dark ethereal essence. ADAO can come into existence through these three methods: creation, manipulation, and impersonation. Creation. Creation refers to a DAO manufactured directly from essence, the bioenergy that animates all dark ether species. Using energy research essence conversion modules, we can siphon the essence from biological creatures and convert it into an object. Example: essence collected from an infected can be converted into the Symbol Monkey explosive device. Manipulation. Manipulation refers to the DAO created when an essence interacts with an existing object that transmutes it. We've encountered this phenomenon with the Dark Ether Recon rover simian specimens, where they will return altered, for example in the form of sandbags or an apple crate. Impersonation. Impersonation refers to a DAO created by the dark ether species classified as mimic. This predator can temporarily transform itself into a DAO to lure unsuspecting prey into its grasp. In this instance, the mimic is altering its own essence to deceive those around it. It is unknown if this ability is restricted to the mimic, or if other creatures can also manipulate their own biochemistry for camouflage. Methodology. Currently, energy research has no control over which dark ether object will be created or manipulated. However, it has been observed that the essence only generates objects it has previously encountered. Thus far, the only objects generated are other objects found within the outbreak zones, and the dark ether expands into our world. It is able to add new objects to its generic memory. That's interesting. Crate memo. A memo prepared by Weaver summarizing all the different types of dark ether crates encountered in the outbreak zone. Memorandum for Dr. Gray. From Weaver. Subject: Dark ether crates. Per your request, I've compiled a summary of all known dark ether crates my strike team has encountered during their operations in the Euro outbreak zone. Currently, there are three classifications. 1. Standard. This refers to the crates found placed throughout the various regions of the outbreak zone. These crates contain munitions, equipment, and salvage. They can come in three sizes, seemingly correlating directly to the quality of its resources. Small, poor, large, high. They represent the most common of the three classifications. Portal. Portal crates fall from the dark ether through sky breaches. Unlike the standard classification, these crates are initially sealed. When our teams interacts with them, hostiles swarm their location. Once all threat have been eliminated, the crate is unlocked and provides resources of a higher quality than anything found in a standard crate. It also seems the reward is directly tied to the strike team's survival. Once they demonstrate they are superior to their adversaries, they earn their reward. Dragon. Easily to the most unusual, the Dragon Crate comes from the Dragon Rocket Module, a dark ether construct that collects essence from infected subjects. The strike team must kill undead targets in the proximity of the module for the essence to be collected. After a predetermined period, the module returns to the dark ether, leaving behind a crate. Unlike the portal classification, the quality of this crate is dependent on the volume of essence provided. All three classifications seem to support your theory. Someone in the dark ether is trying to help us. Sometimes the method is unorthodox, collecting essence, trial by combat, but the end result equips our strike team with the tools necessary to survive. The who, how, and why remain a mystery, but there's some comfort knowing there's someone over there that may be on our side, for now at least. ECM Blueprint. Plans for the orbital units that convert zombie essence into the dark ether objects, with additional notes from Strauss. CIA SMS 171R. Whoops. Essence conversion module. Design. Our destination. ECM Conv. Office of Requiem DS&T. Note 1. The modules have proven effective at siphoning essence from infected specimens, provided Weaver's strike team does their part. Note 2. How essence conversion can create so many different objects is one of the many unanswered questions. We must discover the key to controlling this process. Approved Oscar Strauss, date 04/28/84. Next up, we got some radio transmissions to go through. Progress update. Weaver congratulates the strike team for their successes during Operation Threshold.
It may seem like our work in the Ural Mountains has just gotten started, but Langley already considers Operation Threshold a massive success. They said an ongoing operation in the heart of the Soviet Union was impossible. The logistics alone, getting equipment and personnel in and out, was enough of a challenge. But we got creative with the rockets, satellites, cargo drops. We even developed a way to refuel Raptor 1 mid-flight. A lot of dedicated people made this happen. Then, there is the risk of triggering war order. Fortunately, both sides have a vested interest in keeping these outbreaks up. So anything short of a full-scale battle with Soviet forces can remain our little secret. Just be careful out there. What you've accomplished so far has enabled us to significantly catch up with Omega's Ethereum research. We haven't quite closed the gap yet, but I know you won't quit until we're ahead.
Alright, cool. My phone's being a slow bitch. My phone's actually like not working. Phone work, please. Okay. Well, phone doesn't want to work. Yo, how goes it? Just ordered some Carl grilled cheeses. Nice, Ken. That sounds fucking lit. Now my phone wants to load. I'm just reading off intel and going through. A visceral process. Strauss gives the strike team a pat on the back while mentioning the challenges of charging up his new essence conversion modules.
I thought you'd like to know that our rocket retrieval crew in the North Atlantic have just recovered their 100th payload of Ethereum collected in the Ural. Quite a milestone. Success was far from assured when Operation Threshold was still on the drawing board. Oh, I think my Ethereum harvesting would function as designed. The hard part was bringing them back home so you could put it to good use. And we are putting it to very good use. My essence conversion modules, on the other hand, require more direct participation from a... The creatures must be lured close and liberated of their essence. It is a rather visceral process, and the subsequent conversion of essence into objects can only be done within the outbreak zone. A dangerous endeavor, yes. But Major Carter assures me you are up to the task. I suppose this is my way of saying you could not have gotten this far without you. No matter what technology we may employ, you are Requiem's most valuable asset. Bravo.
Let's go. Next up is fish out of water. Gray has some theories on the transformative effects of dark ether and the fate of her test monkeys.
Well, we certainly do live in strange times, don't we? First off, I wanted to thank you personally for your work on the Recon rover missions. The lessons we're learning are going to prove invaluable as we move forward. As you no doubt witnessed firsthand, the specimens on board the rover were physically transformed after they passed into the dark ether. We're trying to ascertain if this process is similar to what we saw with the creature we dubbed the Mimic, but we're just not sure. Or were the specimens actually replaced by other objects from the dark ether? If so, does that mean there are now little monkeys lost in there? Either way, it's a horrible thought. The rover did manage to transmit some audio and video recordings during its mission. I really don't even want to get into that right now. Our working theory is that Ethereum functions in the other dimension like oxygen does in our own. That would explain why the infected can't move beyond the outbreak zone. If they did, they just wouldn't be able to survive, like a fish out of water. Last thing, do let us know if you start to experience any strange symptoms or feel that you yourselves are, changing in any way. I honestly wouldn't want you to go through anything like whatever the poor monkeys did. Bless their little furry socks.
Big sad for the monkeys. Then we got 3 artifacts here. Energy mine canister. One of several interchangeable canisters for the wand weapon. Manipulates Ethereum to create an energy blast that detonates on enemy proximity. And it would be great if this shit was showing, so maybe let's do one of these. Try to like kickstart the game again. Nothing wants to show. Game's broken, so that's unfortunate. Well, if you remember the energy mine canister, yeah. Why? This is actually kind of irritating why it's not showing. What? I've already seen this. No. No, I've already seen this. That's probably why the game's broken. Maybe game will fall. Oh. Okay. If it doesn't load, then that's very unfortunate. That's very sad. Maybe it'll load later on. Essence Explosive. A powerful breaching explosive used by Requiem to clear obstructions and destroy Ethereum power nodes. Oh, so that's the little mine that you put on doors and shit. Requiem patch. Shoulder patch worn by Requiem's elite strike team. It's pretty pog. It's very sad that it's not working. Big sad. Hopefully it comes back later. Anyways, next up we got Omega. Well, there's the Requiem patch. You can technically see the Requiem patch right there on your screen. But next up, Omega. Leadership techniques. Kravchenko reveals to Valentino why he altered the purpose of Operatia Inversia.
22nd of July, 1984. Commencing meeting. Valentina, sit, please.
You said you wanted to see me?
Doctor, how do you find my leadership techniques?
Efficient. Effective. You produce results.
And you would agree that should be our goal, huh? To produce results. Above all else.
Of course, Colonel. What is this about?
It occurred to me, you have said very little about my commandeering of Operatia Inversia.
Sir?
Come now. It was your project. Until I swooped in and snatched it from you. You must be upset. Angry.
I am. Above all else, loyal to Omega. While it is true you have adjusted its parameters, if you believe it is the correct course of action, you have my full support.
I already had that. Give me your honesty. You must have questions. Speak freely.
Where did I fail? When I brought it to the committee, they seemed impressed. Didn't my targets present too great a risk? Was my plan too ambitious?
Too ambitious. You were not ambitious enough. But that is not a failing of yours. There is much you do not know. My intelligence tells me there is something out there. It is watching our world, looking for a way in. If it finds one, we must be ready. Rest assured, the West will be ours. But first, we must face the wolf at the door.
As always, I follow your orders. I am committed to our cause. We were the first.
And we are the last. Very good. Without you, my Operation Versia would not exist.
Always happy to build a solid foundation, Colonel.
Alright. Globbing on this sandwich. Let's go, bro. This isn't my work. Peck, Gorev, and Valentina study the remains of a Kransny soldat and are shaken by the results.
This better be good. Come back, kid.
If it is not Gorev, at the very least it will be amusing.
Funny. Come over here. Hold this retractor. Almost. Got it. Here, look at this.
An Omega ID badge?
Lieutenant Kazakov, Omega Armored Division at Outpost 25.
He escorted the Ethernauts in one of your tank suits, yes. I saw the blueprint. What is your point?
I am confused as well. We have seen this before. We lose men in dark ether. They come back with bad skin rash. This Krasny soldier is not different than others we have seen transformed by Ethereum. Ah, see, that's what I thought as well. You're half right. I have never been half anything, Peck. Okay. Now just a sec. This is one of our men, and the armor is very similar, but it is not the same. Look at the color, the design. This isn't my work.
He came back with it.
And as far as I know, Ethereum crystals rot your brain. You can't give your car a new coat of paint. Someone's upgrading them. Over there. We keep this between us for now. The Colonel has developed fiery new ideas. I do not wish to add more kindling. Understood. Good. Peck, see that this thing is destroyed.
Aw, shit. So, who the fuck's behind the scenes, man? Is it like Dr. Monty just trying to break free? Witching Hour. Peck records some late night thoughts about his increasingly disturbing discoveries.
Peck, personal log, September 3rd, 1984, 3:35 a.m. The witching hour approaches. Cheers. It's been nearly 2 months since my arrival. Work on the inversion warheads proceeds as planned. Operation
Next up is his plan, our plan. Valentina discusses a strange visit and a shared destiny.
16th of August, 1984. Personal log. He visited me again tonight. As I slept, he appeared before me. He is but a shadow to me, so close yet so far. He told me to have faith. I must stay the course. There were recent developments last month that were unanticipated. He assured me that all was not lost. His plan, our plan, is still on schedule. He had new instructions for me. I will see that they are completed. We will be reunited. We will rise again. Our destiny is all but assured.
Okay. Now we got a few more documents. Boost Module Report. Official Omega Group report on the placement of boost modules in the Ural Mountain outbreak zones. Progress report. Ural Mountains breach. Boost module installation. As our operations continue to grow in the Ural Mountains breach, it has been brought to my attention that our team's mobility around the regions is greatly restricted. While convoys and security escorts are possible, delays and uncertainties with time-sensitive deliveries have rendered the more traditional transportation methods ineffective or inefficient. As a result, we decided to transportation method. Wait, what? As a result, we decided to explore more creative solutions. After all, if we are meant to be at the forefront of science, our technology should not be as unreliable or frustrating as waiting for Trolley Bus B at the Red Square. Normally, we might consider teleportation, but due to basic interface and the region's dimensional instabilities, Dr. Peck does not recommend teleporter use at this time. This has led us to an unconventional solution: the installation of the boost modules. Using the design blueprints recovered from Outpost 25, these have been assembled and deployed as strategic placements around the outbreak zone. Unfortunately, the design for the landing pads was lost with Outpost 25. As such, we recommend all personnel equip themselves with a parachute before use, and it dramatically improves the likelihood of survival. 28% fatality rate with parachute versus 95% without. Dr. Sokolov is a lucky man. In the 2 weeks since their installation was completed, work efficiency is up 60% due to time saved on travel. While the fatality rate is close to 30%, it is an improvement over the 38.7% we were experiencing with standard transport. Also, most recent fatalities have been the result of user error, not machine failure. If anything, we have improved transportation and natural selection. Gorev, Spetsgrupa Omega. Phase Report. Official Omega Group report on the Dark Etheric Energy Barrier. Progress Report. Ural Mountains Breach Phasic Threat Assessment. Colonel, in response to our concerns about the phase, I dispatched 2 survey teams to study the phenomenon. As with Outpost 25's outbreak, this phasic energy barrier has proven quite lethal, with a significant impact on our operations. You have seen the reports of soldiers trapped inside, driven to insanity, violence, and ultimately death. Even in the case of my own survey teams, 2 men were lost. For those who did return, they have posited some illuminating theories. Firstly, the phase is not simply a perimeter wall, it represents a deadly no man's land connecting the many regions of the outbreak zone. As one of my officers put it, imagine the outbreak zone were an ocean, with each region representing islands. The phase is the water surrounding and linking them all. Take that for what you will. Second, the phase is being maintained by crystalline structures, Ethereum processors. These structures pump large quantities of Ethereum into the environment, chemically altering the oxygen, along with other elements in the area. This is the reason why our men cannot survive inside the phase. The environmental conditions have been rendered uninhabitable. Dr. Peck believes the phase is a terraforming in action. The Dark Ether's attempt to make our world hospitable for its own kind. One final observation: as the survey team was studying the barrier in Ruka, they observed the phase wall grow approximately 100 micrometers. It seems, however slowly, the phase is expanding. We will continue to monitor. Gorev, Spetsgrupa Omega. Next up, Cranston's Soldat Blueprint. Design document detailing the structure and purpose of Omega's group's power armor. Red Soldier Mechanized Armor Weapons Development, created in response to multiple incident reports. The Red Soldier Mechanized Armor is designed so its operator can provide protection for Ethernaut mining teams operating in the Dark Ether. Outpost 25 will serve as the proving grounds for the armor. If initial tests prove successful, Omega plans to expand the use of the armor in other outbreak zones and operations. 14 March 1984. Name removed. Dr. William Peck. Yeah. By the way, if it's not gonna load this time around, then season 3 Reloaded will show off everything. Just real quick. Valentina diary entry. Excerpt from Valentina's personal diary. 22 July 84. Another meeting with Kravenchenko today. More insight into his new proposal. It would seem our vision for... Wait, I read this one. Yeah, I did. Vision for Operacia Inversia is no more, and that his new plan may threaten that which we have worked so hard to achieve. It is no matter. I must remain resolute. All is not lost yet. So many years. He has waited long for this day, but he can keep waiting just a little bit longer. There is no reason to rush. No need to provoke the bear. I must only find the opportunity to prevent the discovery. Perhaps the captain could be useful after all, to derail their plan. I must stay focused, stay committed. I've dedicated everything to aid his struggle. I must wait for him to give me the signal. When the time is right, I will know. After all these years, after all my loyalty, after all I've sacrificed, he owes me that much. Valentina. Alright, then we got 3 radio transmissions. Uncle. Valentina checks on Peck's progress and recounts a story about her childhood.
Hello, Dad. It seems like your school is testing you. That group, as it were. Yeah. Well, the group used to have 20/20 vision. You Americans are so soft and spoiled. Life is full of fairy. After my father died, my uncle took me in. He was cruel. Did not believe women should have education. Made me work in his factory. So what did I do? Every night I snuck into the library and I read biochemistry, microbiology, physics. At 16, I was accepted at university. If I can survive childhood, you can survive little either of one.
Well, I had no idea. How did you convince your uncle to let you go to school?
Convince him. When he found out, he tried to imprison me in the basement, so I slit his throat.
Of course. Let me assure you, we're making excellent progress. Harnessing those crystalline creatures is certain to sped up development.
Is that so? I trust you are taking
Okay. Made a fire. Peck demands that Gorev do something about a demented echo haunting the Omega facility. Interesting.
One of my birds said you were looking for me. You're goddamn right I was. I need your security team to prioritize these fucking things. I lost 3 scientists this week. Slow down, William. Take a breath. You sound like my son when he breaks toy. No. Tell me what his hip. But in calm, rational voice. Like adult men. Look. Infected I can handle. Undead dogs? Sure. Crystalline men? No problem. But these damn demon echoes? I have heard of this creature. It can summon friends to its position while screaming days of fire. Yeah, but one got to jump on Dr. Leonov while he was taking a leak. You ever see that? They summon a dozen friends while you're in the job? Custodial spent 2 days cleaning up what was left of him. What are you asking for, Doctor? What can I do to make you happy, man? Just have your men do sweeps for these echoes. The Colonel has accelerated our delivery schedule for the warheads. We cannot afford any more delays.
Chasing ghosts. Gorev and Valentina are growing concerned about Peck's new obsession.
I am growing concerned, so his behavior since coming here has been erratic. That has always had his quirks, you know this. Yes, but it is more sophisticated than usual. He's talking to himself. He spends all day and night in this silo. Do you suspect a serious exposure? It is hard to say. He has developed a new obsession. You have seen Strange Computer yet?
Exoscience is a sampled one. We are struggling to make sense of it. Its mechanisms are complex.
Our American friend talks to it.
I have heard of others who do this. It is like moth and flame. They are drawn to it, but do not know why.
Apparently, it talks back to back.
Does the Colonel know this?
Yep. We're going to draft a report.
Hold for now. Give me a few days. Let me investigate it.
Saves me paperwork. I have little interest in chasing ghosts.
Okay. Then we got some more artifacts, which again, I'm sorry that's not showing up. For sure, I will make sure that I get it to work on Reloaded. So sorry about that. But, oh no, this game is broken sometimes. Mangler Cannon. The fearsome arm cannon recovered from a fallen enemy known as the Mangler. Peck's ID badge. Peck's official Omega Group ID. He hates the photo. Boost module monitor. Make sure the settings are calibrated. You're in for a rough landing. Alright, we got Maxis. We got 5 audio logs. No documents. It's always dark. Gray asks Maxis about her time in the Dark Ether and the outbreak at Outpost 25.
Hello, Elizabeth. How did you know it was me? I don't know what Strauss and Carver gets up to in their personal lives, but as far as I know, I was the only one who wears heels. How you doing, Sam? Have any more memories come back? About my time at the Dark Ether. Only what you already know. It's mostly a blur. Scavenging supplies by day, fighting for my life by night. Not that it matters. It's always dark over there. I am sorry, I really, really am. Have I said that before? If I didn't, I really meant to. If you're here to ask me if I was the one who made all this happen, the answer is no. I didn't make the outbreak sounds. But it almost sounded like you had some control over the creatures at Outpost 25. I may have helped open the door, but that doesn't mean I was in control. How can you be sure if you don't really remember? I'm no stranger to memory.
Outburst. Weaver visits Maxis after she had an incident with the nurse.
Hello, Sam.
Hello, Weaver.
I was hoping we could talk about yesterday.
What happened yesterday?
You don't remember?
It's hard to keep things straight in my mind. Especially with the cocktail of drugs you're giving me. Every day.
It's for your own good, Sam. Just want to help. Your outbursts are cause for concern. You must understand that. The nurse was only trying to do his job.
Rotten nurses. Besides, the medications don't help. They don't stop the dreams.
What dreams?
What do I dream of? I keep saying that I'm in the field. Fighting for something. Over and over again.
Sam, you understand. I can't let that happen. Not yet.
Do you think there's something wrong with me? Is there something wrong with me?
Get some rest, Sam. It's important that you feel better.
A new friend. Weaver introduces Maxis to her new companion.
Sam,
Yes.
there's someone I'd like you to meet. Someone I think might help you feel better.
I am in a white sterile room, Weaver. I'm not sure who or what you think is going to make me feel better. I've already met Gray, Strauss, and Carver. Who's next?
I thought you might appreciate meeting a new friend. Someone who won't ask you any more questions. Someone who doesn't want anything other than to make you happy.
Seriously? He's not exactly fluffy, is he?
She. She's a she. I get that the short hair and large build doesn't look too cuddly, but I thought our being here might be good for you. Some companionship. Recover. Dogs can be very comforting. They're empathetic. They pick up on your emotions. They feel what you feel.
So you brought me a Rottweiler.
Yes, I brought you a Rottweiler. She's not dangerous. She should never hurt anyone.
Why are you saying this?
Because I trust you, Sam. And I need you to know that.
You don't think I'm dangerous?
I want you to work out who you are for yourself. But maybe you should start keeping a diary. Just to get down your thoughts.
What makes you think I haven't been doing that already?
Take care of yourself, Sam. And the dog. We'll talk soon.
That's cute. Isolated. Maxis laments being kept in isolation, unable to contact the strike team.
I wish I was there with you. The Ural Mountains. Fighting back. Trying to make sure we don't lose ourselves completely. But no. I am here. Not where I should be, but where I want to be. You won't even hear me. They took my radio. I am isolated.
Someone we can trust. Maxis shares some thoughts about Ravenov.
Despite what Omega are, I know there are good Russians out there. None of us should be defined by our nationality, our race, our gender. Ravenov is someone we can trust. I think I know a way to get in contact with him. He can help us. He can help me. We can do this. Together.
Okay. We got 4 artifacts, which again, kind of shitty that we can't see them, but Maxis Katana. A grim souvenir from Maxis's time spent trapped in the Dark Ether, very well used. Maxis's scarf, a useful accessory to keep from whiffing playground gas. Maxis's goggles, worn while Maxis was trapped in the Dark Ether, a useful accessory for keeping Ethereum particles out of the eyes. Maxis's watch. They say time has no meaning in the Dark Ether, but Maxis still kept track of it with this. Alright, we got 3 audio logs from Dark Ether. Lost Souls Fedorov 1. A lost Omega soldier describes feeding the dragon head. Lost Souls Fedorov 2. A lost Omega soldier describes an ethereal orb he encountered. Lost Souls Fedorov 3, a lost Omega soldier is slowly turning into something shocking.
Maybe my last recording. It felt like myself in a long time. Another change is upon me. I've seen too many others. Very good with myself. And I remember the red mouth tasting like battery. And my skin turned bluish. Started to crack. First I shot flakes of skin. Then I noticed the flakes made of crystal. I know what I'm becoming. The one that has chosen me. He's making me into one of his soldiers. Crystal Lake. Oh, they call to me now. I tried to stay away, but the more I change, the more I need him.
Damn. Alright, day 1. Newly stranded in the dark ether, Zykov begins keeping a journal. Day 1. Kazimir Zykov, 1st Guards Tank Army. I'm separated from my unit and do not know if I can ever rejoin them. I will maintain this written record of what happens to me in case I do not survive. I was ordered to deactivate experimental machine at a German science installation project end station in Poland. The device has opened a gateway to another world, a place of darkness. After several attempts, I realized I could only choose this breach close this breach from the other side. So I completed the mission, cutting myself off from everything and everyone I've ever known. This is a truly hostile place. Unless I find food and shelter, my prospects look bleak. Day 3. Zykov describes the strange land he's trapped in and the horrors that prowl it. Day 3. This place is like a living nightmare. It also seems thrown together from many different points in history. There are items here that appear ancient, alongside mechanisms that look like they came from the future. It is madness. Many horrors prowl this land. Some are like the creatures I fought at End Station, but others are far worse. So far, I have managed to hide and conserve ammunition, but for how long? I glimpsed into another human soul today, but they ran when they saw me. I swear it was not just another walking corpse. Sadly, I cannot find them again. Fear is my only companion now. Day 7. Outbreak. Zykov begins to lose hope as anger consumes him. It is finally beginning to sink in. I will never leave this place. No one is coming for me. I will live out whatever is left of my life in miserable, soul-crushing darkness. What have I done? Why did I throw my life away like this? Because I was foolish enough to believe in our common cause? Or was I just a confident pawn for the Soviet Union to sacrifice? That bastard Colonel Lazarev, he knew I would accept this suicide mission. What choice did I have? He made it seem like an act of heroism, but I am no hero, just a lamb to the slaughter. For one brief moment, I felt noble. Now I have lost nearly everything. All I have left is rage. We got 3 radio transmissions. Who I am. The stranger finally reveals his identity to the strike team. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Never met. You and I have been through the fire together. now is that, just like you, I accept the mission no one must ever learn of, knowing it would probably get me killed. And, like me, you shoulder your duty without complaining. So let us help each other complete this mission. We can survive this together.
So somebody from World War II is still trapped in there. That is actually crazy. Great patriotic. Zykov recounts why he accepted the mission to shut down Project End Station.
Back in the great patriotic war, mine was among the Red Army units that crippled the Nazi war machine on the Eastern Front. Then we chased the bastards out of the motherland and across Europe. I was a mechanic. I kept our tanks running. No easy task when every day we advanced and getting new parts from Moscow was almost impossible. So, I took parts from the fighters and archers we destroyed, adapted them for our T-34s. I got very familiar with German machinery. This would prove to be my downfall. Colonel named Lazarev from what you now call KGB was sent to contain the evil he uncovered at any station. He ordered me to go in there alone because I have the best chance of understanding and shutting down that infernal machine. And then Lazarev ordered me sealed inside. I understood what was asked of me. I would never see my wife and daughter again. Still, I saluted and I did my best. This was for my family, my country, for a better future. Even now, if asked again, I would still say yes.
Wow. Tethered. Zykov discusses enduring the dark ether, unable to escape.
So, you are wondering how a tank mechanic from the war survived for decades trapped in what you call it, the dark ether. I often ask myself the same thing. The answers are many. Some I have already given you in my journal. The fort I built, the weapons I found, the machines I restored, and of course, my dog, Ida. But mostly, I was lucky. The rest is because I am Russian. It is in our nature to endure. But I never lost my desire to escape, to come home, to learn what became of my family. As you saw in my journal, I have been able to visit for brief periods, almost like a ghost. But always I am pulled back here. I do not know why I am tethered to this place. I see your people cross back and forth freely, and I burn with envy. There must be a way for me to one day do the same. For now, I will share more of my journal with you. There are things that you should know, for both our sakes.
Nice. So that's cool. We finally got to know who the stranger was. There wasn't like really too much on season 3 so far. Empty speak cola. An open can of speak cola, most likely used by an operator whose hands were slow and movement was sluggish. They lacked speed, which brought them anguish. Broken essence capsule. A broken capsule leaking raw essence. Warning: Ethereum exposure possible. Report any unusual symptoms to Unnatural Sciences. Dragon Head trophy. A mystifying stone replica of the dragon head appears to be hand carved and very old. So yeah, again, I'm sorry that the intel's a little fucky Maybe we try to do here. Maybe if we do this really quick. Actually, I don't want to load into Outbreak because it will literally take forever. Let's see if this works. Maybe like loading into the game and coming out will fix it. If not, then maybe hopefully they'll fix it by the time Season 3 Reloaded comes out. Because I'd really like to see or show you guys what they look like. Because a lot of the artifacts were really cool. Especially the Speak Holo bottle and everything. It's pretty sick. Finally, Jesus. Sometime today would be nice.
Arriving at Alpha Site. You're clear, Strike Team. You have your orders, Strike Team. Investigate the site. Contain the threat.
Let's just go ahead and die. Alright, let's see if it worked. Oh, it worked. That's a pog. That's a pog moment. So here's the extraction rocket blueprint. Let's wait for it to kind of like load in a little bit. Textures are a little fucky. It's kind of there though. A little bit. There we go. There's that. Just a memo. The ECM blueprint. If it wants to load. What is happening with this game? Thank you. Radio transmissions. Okay, so we got the energy mine canister, which is really cool. The essence explosive that we put on the doors and to blow up the things. a bloody Requiem patch. Okay, then Omega. A note. The cranes he sold at. A note. Radio transmissions. So here's the Mangler cannon. It's pretty cool. The PEX ID badge. The boost module monitor. And then just audio logs. We got artifacts. The katana. The scarf. The goggles. And the watch. I wonder if that's somebody's watch from the Ether story. So then obviously our audio logs, our documents, radio transmissions, and then our artifacts. So we got empty speed cola, carbonated water, glucose, cola nut extract, hydrolyzed crank, caffeine, guarana, taurine, cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper? Broken essence module, or capsule. And then here's the Dragonhead trophy, which looks really fucking cool. Alright, well that's good. At least I just had to load into the game and we were fine. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Intel. I probably won't see you guys for a little while. 44 days, they'll probably end up dropping Season 3 Reloaded in about a month or so, I guess. Month and a half. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed our Intel video, and I will catch you guys with some more Cold War whenever they drop some more content. I love you guys, and I'll see you